Greetings. It's been a while since I've made you a coffee video, but this is not coffee. This is not really directly a coffee video. This is chicory. So a good friend of mine named Nag, he's Indian, and he tells me that in India there is a tradition of mixing coffee with chicory. And he says that he has found that this counteracts some of the anxiety that is brought on with the experience of the caffeine in the coffee, and that when he drinks this chicory-infused coffee that is served in India, that he doesn't have the same anxiety issues. So the chicory might be added to coffee as a supplement. Now, in my research for this video, I learned that chicory has actually been very commonly used as a coffee substitute. It contains absolutely no caffeine, a similar color. The internet claims it has a similar taste to coffee, but it has its own taste. So if you look around on the internet, you find that history is replete with examples of coffee being in short supply. The American Civil War South, they were short on coffee, so they supplemented with chicory. I read about a shortage of coffee in England. There was an East German coffee crunch of like the mid-late 70s or something that actually created this really interesting historical development with Germany going into Vietnam and trying to get them to grow more coffee. Also, chicory-infused coffee is a tradition in New Orleans style as well. Every time you come into an example of coffee being in short supply, it winds up being supplemented or just completely replaced with this, which is a tea made from chicory root. So I thought I'd give you a little recipe on how to do it, according to my friend. The recipes that are out on the internet are wrong, according to him. And I wanted to evaluate his claim that chicory is an effective anti-anxiety supplement. I have not subjectively noted that to be the difference, but this is an impossible thing for me to do, to kind of do non-blinded trials on myself, where I know exactly when I'm getting the chicory and when I'm not. So I gave up on having any semblance of scientific objectivity on that. So the final part of the video involves the research of what I've been able to find on what the health benefits are of chicory. And it mostly comes down to a compound within the chicory, which is called inulin. Now, where does it come from? Well, for me, it comes from the internet. You can go online, you can buy a big old bag of this stuff for pretty cheap. There's a reason why it is a good coffee substitute. Now, my main reason for promoting chicory as a coffee additive is because it's not very sweet. If you add sugar to coffee, you basically just kind of create this bland coffee product. And coffee that is well-made should not require any additives like cream or sugar or anything like that. And if you add cream or sugar, you've just kind of destroyed whatever the local particular coffee is, and you've just made it into kind of this sugary coffee product. But I found that adding chicory to coffee, being slightly sweet, manages to complement the coffee in a way that doesn't destroy the original flavor that you're tasting. Enjoy the video. You're going to need one pan that you can use to simmer, some kind of a glass container with a spout, some measuring cups, a strainer, hopefully with a finer mesh to it, and your bag of fresh ground chicory root. Put your water in your pan, 1 cup water per 1 tablespoon of chicory. Set your heat on high. Grab your chicory powder, 1 tablespoon per cup of water. To your boiling water, you're going to add your chicory root, and then let it simmer, which is just below boiling, for about 10 minutes. Stir occasionally. Take your pan, pour it through your fine mesh strainer into your glass jar with a spout, and you'll find that drinking this raw, it's a bit strong. So my advice is to dilute it about 1 part to 1 part with some hot water, and then drink it that way as a nice chicory tea. And it is very calming to drink by itself. Put your extra in a storage container. And as a coffee additive, you could just add in few grams of it as a way to enhance your coffee. And enjoy your lovely chicory coffee flavor. Stay tuned to the next video where I report on the actual research health benefits of chicory. Thanks for watching. Remember to stay coffee snobby.